Why is the Ghanaian government allowing this? So apparently the Ghanaian government has given out land to African Americans to develop their own community. Like, what is happening here? I'm African American, and this is not even a project that I would be in favor in. Because I can't figure out for the life of me, what is all this segregation about? I'm starting to feel like it's African Americans over here and Ghanaians over here. Like, why are we painting this picture of separation? I feel like it's a common goal to continue to keep us separated as a people. We've been separated since slavery. This is 2025. And you mean to tell me we still can't get this together? See, what's sad is, I would expect something like this in America. But I would never expect something like this right in our own country. That's full of black people. This is 2025. South Africa is still experiencing areas where black people are not welcome. How can a black person be in Africa and not be welcome in their own country? Like, am I the only one that sees the wrong in all of this? Like, where is the rest of like-minded people? Like, please, where are we? It's time to wake up. And just for the record, I'm never in favor of African Americans being over here and Ghanaians being over here. We are all one people. Who raised y'all?
Now, guys, to start off real quick, and I'm just going to talk real briefly before I get into the next clip, because this is going to be a long video in reference to this. This has been something that's been going on, and we have this whole thing within the African diaspora of black folks, right, as a whole, and the separation between the two, especially here within the States, where Africans view themselves a certain way and black Americans who are descendants of Africa view themselves, or foundational black Americans view themselves in a certain way. And we are hearing a lot of these stories about return home, come back home, you can get land, you get citizenship, things like that. And it's putting a bad taste, pause, in a lot of people's mouth, right? Because it seems like it's all about the almighty dollar, and obviously black Americans as a whole, per capita, the amount of money that is spent, the black dollar is something serious. So a lot of these West African, these poor countries are trying to get some of this money and trying to get more Americans to come over. But it's still like it always was when they started selling their own people to be servants. You know what I mean? Selling their own people to be servants. It's still all about the money. But let's get into another story here, guys. Let's go.
I'd rather go back to America and deal with the racism in America before I sit here in Africa and deal with the bullshit robbery, the bullshit fraud, the bullshit scams, the bullshit too expensive, the bullshit not having no snacks, the bullshit not having no food, the bullshit electricity, the bullshit water, the bullshit what's that shit called that be coming down?
Bullshit lizards.
The bullshit animals, it's scorpions outside the house, it's big ass spiders, it's big ass lizards, colorful lizards you ain't never seen before, all in the fucking room with you, sleeping with you, all the bullshit people trying to scam you when you go outside thinking you rich, so they trying to get more money off of you. I'm really trying to wrap my head around this shit. I'm really trying to wrap my head around how are Americans coming to Africa and being happy. Please comment down below, because for me, I'm ready to go. And I always used to say, if it's up to me, it will be, and I'm going to go out to Africa and make it happen. No, I don't want to. I want to take my businesses back to America. I want to open up shop back in America, open up my dentist office, and all the stuff that I was going to do out here in America. Steady electricity, and the only time our electricity get cut off is when we don't pay the bill. And we got it so good now, we got prepaid electricity, so if we forget to pay the bill, we put some money on that prepaid thing and it comes right back on in 2 minutes. In less than 2 minutes. This right here didn't come on for 14 hours yesterday. I can't deal. I love the people. Don't get me wrong, when I'm outside, I'm having fun. I love people, but when I come back to reality, when you come back home, home is where the heart is, right? When you come back home, you're supposed to feel comfortable, you're supposed to be happy. I'm not happy. to live in a house where you look outside and all you see is turkeys and ducks and chickens and sheeps and old malnourished cows.
Now I gotta give it to her. That's quite comedic, but a lot of these complaints is the reason why a lot of Africans are trying to get in the States, while you got a lot of Black Americans trying to get back to Africa. And they're met with a lot of resistance, disdain, scamming, all those different things that many Africans are coming to the States to avoid. There's a lot of nepotism over there, not to say that there isn't here. That electricity seems to be all throughout Africa. Unstable electricity, you never know when it's going to go out. Shout out to my man O'Shea Duke Jackson out there in Eastern Africa. He's out in Uganda, Kampala to be exact, and he's running into the same issues as far as electricity going out. It's just something with those grids out there where they're just not stable and something's always happening. But we look at Africa and it seems like the leadership and people who are in charge in Africa, it's all about the almighty dollar. Not to say that capitalism doesn't exist worldwide, but in terms of this European concept of capitalism, it's taken over Africa, and that's why it's the richest place, the richest continent on this earth, but they still are living like this, still infighting and tribal and all this foolishness that's going on, and having the disdain for Black Americans in the States that you sold, that they're less than. Because I went on a date with a woman one time, and you guys know I've dated a few West African women and I've dated an East African woman before, but there's this disdain that my people were never slaves, your people were slaves, your people were cotton pickers, all this stuff like that, as if it makes your people any better by selling your own people. But it's neither here nor there, man. But a lot of times this stuff isn't what people, some people have great experiences in Africa. I'm not taking away, there are Americans, but there are a lot of people, and this video isn't about painting that, but it's about sharing experiences with you guys so you guys can see things through a different lens. But I got another video here about this older lady, and she's going to share her experience over there. Let's get into it. Let's go.
Are Americans coming over here being nasty, doing nasty things, and being bad to the locals. Now let me flip the script, okay? Let's talk about the fact that we get abused over here too. The thing about Ghana is stop crying victim. Stop crying victim, because y'all cheat us out of a lot of stuff. Y'all invited us to come home, which by the thousands we did. We came running to Ghana. People sold their homes, moved out of their apartments, sold everything. Some people packed up containers and moved over here just to get over here and realize this is not our home. Y'all call us foreigners. Ghanaians call us that. We didn't make that word up. We didn't start calling ourselves that. We don't know that that's what y'all call the white people and the Chinese because we're not around them. But we know that that's what y'all call us. I ain't never heard the word before, Tabby, till I came to Ghana. Okay. Y'all invite us home. Let's talk about what y'all do to us. Starting from the before we get to the airport, we got to have a visa that we pay for to even enter our home. We pay all this money for passports and visas to get here. We get to the airport, and as soon as you see a fucking blue passport, everybody's coming for us. Can you give me something small at the COVID place? You get to immigration. Can you give me something small? You get to baggage. Can you give me something small? A person grabbed a damn cart and put my bag on it and got mad because I gave him $5 because I only had hundreds, because you come over here with hundreds to get the best, cash in rate. How about he looked at that and said, I don't want that. I said, what you mean you don't want it? He said, I want to know, what did you expect me to give you? He said, $10. I said, so you want me to give you over 100 CDs for picking up a bag, putting it in a cart? He don't know this is like my 5th time coming through the airport. I have never seen nowhere in any country or state where people have openly, it says $60 for foreigners, $30 for locals, okay? You go to Cocoon Park, and I don't remember the price. Let's say $200 for foreigners, because that's what y'all call us, $40 for locals. You go to the castle, it's $60 for foreigners, $10 for locals. I ain't never seen that nowhere. I ain't never went nowhere in the U.S., Mexico, and Canada where it said you pay, if you a local, if you're from here, you pay $3 for a Coca-Cola, but if you're a foreigner, you pay $8 for a Coca-Cola.
Now, I'm going to cut her off before I finish the rest of this video. She's only been there. There's a lot of places in Africa that do that. And there's a lot of places throughout this world where you have corruption and they charge foreigners more than they charge locals. Obviously in the US we don't have that, and that's what makes our country so great when it comes to this, right? Or one of the reasons, even though you guys are going to have your own opinions. I went to Egypt. They have it displayed, foreign and local. That's why you have a local with you they do stuff, because they're like, if you go up there and get it, they're going to charge you more. If you go in the store and try to buy something, they're going to charge you more. It's crazy how people are like that. It shows you the character of many people, and a lot of these people, they tend to look down on others. I mean, there's scammers everywhere, but the fact that it's out in the open that I'm going to charge you a different amount because you're not from here. Now, I know you guys probably going to think about college and in-state tuition and stuff like that. That's completely different, in my opinion, at least. But you're going to charge a foreigner something different because they're not from here to see the exact same thing or experience the same excursion. Man, get out of here with that foolishness, man. They'll proudly do that. Give me something. You got a blue passport. You're rich. You're wealthy. Let me get some of that. Let's finish this video, man.
I ain't never seen that nowhere except Ghana. Nobody in the airport has ever asked me for no money for nothing. I have only seen that in Ghana. Now let's talk about the fact that y'all welcomed us home and how this process looks to me. According to y'all, the ones of us that were stolen, so let's talk about the process of coming home. We got stolen from our mother, our birth mother and father. 20 years later, we're probably 26 years old now. Our mother finds us and she said, baby, y'all come home. I miss you. Come back home. Get out them streets where they don't love you at and come home. So we drive, take a taxi, however we get to our mother's address. We get there. But before she let us come to the door, she says, oh, welcome home. But before you come in, can you pay me $300 to enter the door? That's the visa to come home. So, okay, we happy to be home. So we paid $300 to our mother to step foot in her house because we're excited to be home to the motherland, okay? We get in there and now it's dinner time. And she has plates on the table for the kids that grew up in the house. And she has a plate on the table for me and my sister who was stolen years ago. And she says, oh, my daughters, because you didn't grow up here, my children get to eat free that grew up here. But because you were stolen and you're just coming back, I have to charge you $20 for a plate. So me and my sister, we're so happy to be home. We're confused. We pay her $20 for a plate. Okay, that's the cocoon. That's y'all giving us different prices. Okay, now we're at our mother's house and we're enjoying being there. We see something's a little weird, but we enjoy being back home with our mother. We decide we want to stay. And she goes, oh, you want to stay a little longer? You're going to have to pay me $1,000 every year to stay here. That's the residency. Now we're paying her for residency, even though she invited us home after we were stolen from her. Okay. Now we pay the residency, and then we decide, you know what? We want to get on the birth certificate. We kind of like it here. It's a little weird, but we comfortable enough to stay here. And she tells us, oh, in order for you to stay here, I have to put my name on your birth certificate. That's going to be $3,000 each, please. And then I will put your name on the birth certificate and you will become a family member. That's the citizenship. That's the citizenship. So how are we home if we got to pay y'all? Why aren't the visas free? If this is home, why don't you make this visa free for us? If this is home, why do we have to pay to be a resident? If this is home, why isn't our citizenship automatically given to us?
Because it's not your home. And this is why Tariq Nasheed is so adamant about this is our home in the U.S. And you weren't stolen, you were sold. Please, black people, please. You were not stolen. The white man did not come into the country and just start taking people. You were sold. Use some common sense. You were sold for 300 years. Like I say, I always go back to, if you track the amount of ships, which I'm from the Charleston area, and you go to Boone Hall Plantation, they have the slave quarters and everything. You see they have a diagram of how many ships came into Charleston Harbor over the course of 300 and something years. The manifest, how many people were on it, all that stuff. You think the white man was successfully doing this for 300 years, just stealing people? You guys got to wake up. It's to absolve your ancestors of what it is that they did. So why else? I mean, you coming home, you're not really coming home. They didn't want you to begin with. And she's right. They want your money. You trying to be a part of something that you're so far removed from. And it's not to say you cherish your immediate family, not something that was done so long ago. You trace your lineage to where it's at now, and you celebrate your own people. You don't celebrate something you're connected from where people don't even like you. They think that you're less than because you're a slave, but they want to come to the States to benefit from what it is that was built here by the people that they sold away, and want to look at you different. Now they need your help. That's why a lot of these lands are cursed, in my opinion. And they have the issues and the trouble that they're having because of what they did to their own people. You see a lot of these places who've done stuff to their own people, a lot of nations, and it's not just Africa, a lot of the places throughout this world who've done so many terrible things to their people and let outsiders do things to their people, they don't turn out too well, man. Just saying. Let me know what you guys think, though. Comment below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Much blessings and abundance. Stick around for the next videos. It's going to pop up on the screen below. That's where I'm going to see you guys at. It's your favorite everything. This is Wisdom. I'm the best. Let's run it up to 1 million. Quit playing with me. Peace.